I will say I've worked with hundreds of parents over the years, and I will say one of the hardest things for parents to do is to let your kids fail, to let your kids learn. And I think you're probably hurting yourself by not letting your kids, obviously you don't want them to go get in a car accident or stick their finger in a light socket, but sometimes you have to let them do the things. You have to let them learn. You have to let them fail.
What if somebody doesn't like themselves? Like that self-love aspect where you're saying, okay, be yourself. That's awesome. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, yeah, but I don't think I like myself.
That's where we start too. Yeah, absolutely have to start on that. Do you know how it's not impossible to play good golf hating yourself? It's not impossible to be successful in business hating yourself. It's not impossible to be in a marriage and hate yourself. But my God, are we here to just operate and to hit the goal? Or are we here to enjoy our lives? And I'm a big proponent of, I want you being the best golfer on the planet, but I also want you to enjoy the experience. And if you're not enjoying the experience, then what is the freaking point? Like, there's so much money on this world. There's so many talented people in this world. There's like all of the things, but like, what is the point? If you're miserable, do something else. Permission, like I always say this to clients, permission to quit, permission to do something else. Total permission. This is your life. You only have one of it. And, time is ticking, and every billionaire on the planet would give you all his money for more time. It's the most important thing. So if you hate yourself or you hate what you're doing, permission to quit and do something else. 99.99% of us don't have a gun to our head. No one is making you do anything. So figure out how to like yourself. And it's so much easier to be successful if you enjoy the process. Find me one person who's like really enjoying what they're doing and like completely stuck. It's almost impossible.
There's this joyous kind of flow of energy that happens when you're in a good place, when you're coming from a place of love and abundance, and you're attracting that more and more into your life because that's just generally what you feel and what you're exuding. Yeah, there's a magic. And oftentimes it's hard because we have these patterns of thoughts, these patterns of feeling like, well, we have to do certain things, especially things that we don't want to do because of this reason or this reason or this reason. And we just get stuck. And then time goes by and then you feel like there's no other way to be. Like what else would I do? And it sounds like that was exactly your journey. And what a wonderful resource you are to people that want to get unstuck and kind of figure out who they are without maybe the story that they've been telling themselves up until that point.
Well, thank you. And you know what, just to kind of give you a quick example, I'm sure most of your audience has watched the show Full Swing on Netflix, right? Everyone's watched it. If you looked at a couple of those athletes who were kind of very much at the top, they were miserable. What was that one gentleman's name? Gosh, I can't think of it, but he hired the coach to come around and he's
Wyndham Clark.
That is basically exactly what I'm talking about. Whether you work with me for business, whether you work with me for athletics, whatever it is, that right there is what Wyndham Clark needed to do. And that's what I highly encourage, whether it's me or anyone else, I don't really care. But for your audience, your kids, look at that situation. That's exactly what happened when he started figuring out how to control his mind and find joy outside of golf. Look what happened. His golf got 1,000,000 times better.
Aside from hiring an amazing coach, what advice would you give to parents to help instill confidence in their kids and give their kids the best chance to succeed, not only in sports, but in life?
I would say the very first thing that so caveat, I am not a parent by choice. My husband and I chose not to have kids. However, I will say I've worked with hundreds of parents over the years. And I will say one of the hardest things for parents to do is to let your kids fail, to let your kids learn. And I think you're probably hurting yourself by not letting your kids, obviously you don't want them to go get in a car accident or stick their finger in a light socket. But sometimes you have to let them do the things. You have to let them learn. You have to let them fail. You have to let them do their own thing in order to figure out how to build that own resiliency muscle, that own confidence muscle of their own. You unfortunately cannot do it for them. And so my biggest it comes back, believe it or not, to almost like an AA, Al-Anon type of thing. But it's like the best thing that you can do in your life is take care of yourself. Because when you're taking care of yourself and you are a healthy parent, when you are an okay parent, that actually gives your children the permission to take care of themselves and be the healthiest version of themselves.